So let's just land. Relax, take a nice deep breath. Check your posture from the feet all the way up to your sits bones. If you are sitting in the regular cross-legged position, you can put a couple of cushions underneath either knee. Make sure you're raised, your sits bones are raised, particularly if you're on the cross-legged position. And sitting on something firm, so you're not kind of sinking into a couch. It's horrible for the spine. And hands are in the meditation mudra, right hand in the left, with the thumbs touching and the shoulders aligned with the hips. And just imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light, stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head. And rather like a puppeteer, someone is very gently lengthening your spine, putting some space in between those vertebrae. And imagine the crown of your head reaching towards the stars. Now just imagine your neck is stretching, and perhaps someone has you by the tips of your ears, so you're lengthening your neck and then very gently gliding your head back. As much as you can do this, it depends on structure as well. But the idea is to have the shoulders, the hips, and the ears aligned. And now from here, just very slightly, as if you're opening a hinge, closing a hinge, opening a hinge, tip the head forward so you have a little bit of length in the back of the neck. And the tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth here. That's right, the eyes are looking along the length of the nose to a spot about 2 inches ahead if they were open. Lips are slightly apart and the jaw is relaxed. So I keep coming back to relaxing the jaw because we just automatically tighten it all the time. So bring your attention, your awareness to the crown of the head and relax your scalp and the forehead and the eyes, the back of the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the area around your mouth. And bring your awareness to the back of your head and relax the scalp there. Relax your ears and the inner ear, the temples, and the jaw, the back of the tongue. And bring your awareness to the back of your neck and just relax, release any tension there. And just allow your shoulders and your shoulder blades to just drop down. And you're still lengthening, just coaxing the muscles in the back to lengthen. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly, limbs, hands, fingers and feet and toes. And bring the mind to the breath, just noticing the sensation of the air as you're breathing in. It's kind of cool as it flows in through the outside of your nostrils and slightly warmer as you exhale. If there are any sounds in your environment, just allow them to be there. Here I can hear the dryer in the garage. So just notice what's attracting your mind away, outside of yourself. And try not to engage. Just notice what distracts you. And then bring your attention back to the breath and just allow the sound to fade as you focus on your breathing. And then notice your thoughts as they arise, they abide, and they dissolve, they just flow on. This consciousness of ours, this river of mental moments. And let's just put ourselves on the bank of the river and just watch the river flow by. And try not to engage with your thoughts. There's many thoughts and feelings and things, stories about what happened today. And try not to engage. If you notice, if you don't engage, they'll just kind of dissolve. And as we're sitting on the riverbank, notice that you're free. You're free from this river. So let's bring to mind all the people of our life. And first our loved ones, our spouses and children, and maybe some of our relatives, siblings, and our besties, our dear friends, those who support us, take care of us. And then there's those ones we have difficulty with. Can range from slight irritation to, that gosh, that person really harmed me, so don't like them very much, need to stay away. And then there's those strangers, the many people we pass in the supermarket, the pharmacy, on the highway, walking past your house with their dogs. And they're all equally deserving of our concern, because the friend, the enemy, and the stranger, well, they could all change place at any time. That's the first thing. But they all have this incredible capacity for this enlightened mind. They all wish to avoid suffering. They all wish to be happy, just like us. And they're all looking for it. So we are all equal in that way. So I think we'll do this meditation this evening for all these people of our life, and particularly, well, just for all sentient beings. So just think there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So as LAMA YESHE used to say, we create negativity with our mind so we can change it by instead creating positivity. And this is what we're doing this evening. So we purify all our negativities with this practice of Vajrasattva in the context of the four opponent powers. So first is the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives. And think of specific actions of both your body and your speech. And then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. And given we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions, having harmed others, we will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we all understand suffering is something we'd like to avoid and don't want more of. So logically, we want to remove those karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering. So think like this. I regret from the depths of my heart, having harmed others with my body and my speech, broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And so also just regret all our delusions, our anger and jealousy and attachment and grasping and neediness and all of this kind of rubbish that's in our mind. So regret all of this and think, I'm sick of this suffering. So these delusions are why we harm others, because we have these feelings in our mind. We have jealous feelings, or we have angry feelings. Someone did this to me, therefore I need to go say something. Well, we don't need to always go say something. So I think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. We turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods we can use to purify. And it's not that we need Buddha to forgive us. We purify ourselves by relying upon his methods. So visualize Vajrasattva upon the crown of your head, and you can imagine this is your teacher. If you have a guru, if that's a name you call them, a lama, or your trusted mentor, the person who's leading you on the spiritual path, they're manifesting in this Vajrasattva form for your benefit. You can imagine he's made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And the lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud, just like our enlightened mind potential, born out of our delusions, but untainted by them. And he has this beautiful, radiant, white face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all the people of your life. So however it is you've turned up this evening, whether you're tired or grumpy or not very well or happy, that's just perfect. It's just fine. However you are is fine. He accepts you exactly as you are, and very, very happy to see you. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion, and their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. In order to develop compassion, this is our little section on compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So bring to mind beings, sentient beings, humans you may have harmed, and just develop in your mind a wish for them to be free from suffering. And then also for those who have harmed you. And the harm they've caused you is going to kind of sometime down the track, not sure when, will kind of manifest as suffering for them. So just have some compassion for them because of that. And we make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. So the power of the remedy, this is the actual medicine. We do the practice of purification using a visualization and recitation of mantra. So first of all, we start with the body. And Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of all your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasiti Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Matsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasiti Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Matsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Supokaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Supokaya Meboa, Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you have ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there is no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. Excuse me. And the next is a purification of the speech. Sorry. Guru Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows quite powerfully and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you can imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech, careless speech, lying and talking badly about others behind their backs, being divisive, all of this is purified by the powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta me bawa sawa siddhi me piyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others with your speech. So just imagine you have this incredible capacity that every time you speak to someone, you say something that benefits their mind. Well, that would be really amazing. So nothing else comes out of your mouth except pearls of wisdom and helpful speech, kind speech. Amazing. So the next is a purification of the mind. And Vajrasattva very compassionately now sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra. And this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room, switch on a light, that light instantly dispels the darkness. So same here. The light from Vajrasattva's heart pours into you, filling you completely. But the moment it touches your heart, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, all the delusions, our depression and anger and anxiety and insecurities and not feeling like we're worthy enough, and all this bitterness and grudges and jealousy and all this other kind of nonsense that we have going on in our mind is all instantly dispelled with this light and this mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiddhi Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mempiyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mempiyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mempiyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. For an extra one. So think now there is no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So the next is a purification of the imprints of negativity of body, speech and mind. And this time imagine Vajrasattva sends light and nectar. So if you wish, you can recite a couple of mantras for each of the visualization of the body and of the speech and of the mind that we've just done. Or you can imagine just light and nectar pouring simultaneously into you, filling you completely, and eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from the mind as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mempiyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mempiyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Sepokaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Sepokaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Sepokaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Sepokaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Sepokaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawasiti Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe. So now feel completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So next, rejoice. Rejoice that you turned up here tonight, even though you're probably busy or tired. So rejoice in that, this effort that you're making to do this practice, which actually isn't super simple. It's one of the more advanced practices of meditation practices that we do in this tradition. And then rejoice in your efforts in the things that you've been working on, your habits. And think of something that you'd like to work on tonight, between tonight and tomorrow. And whatever that habit is, whether it's something with your speech or maybe impulsivity or whatever it is that you have that's habitual, that may be a bit harmful for you or for others, and just think, I'll try and get on top of that. Maybe once, one time, or for 5 seconds, or overnight while I'm sleeping. And just have this aspiration to change your habits to positive habits. And this decision we make to change, this aspiration, gives us strength and courage. So Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown, and think, my Guru's body, speech and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE used to call that union oneness. And next, Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. So in emptiness, there is no I, the creative negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level your mind understands or comprehends this idea of emptiness, just place your mind there for a moment, whatever you've learnt from Geshe-la, for those people who studied with him. And in this way, look at all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. And you can also think that the way things might appear to me, or even they might feel to me, might not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the positive energy and the merit that we've created doing this purification practice to all the people of our lives, to all the sentient beings, thinking, may all this virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, we can chant this evening if you like. O Tub Shul Chang Shin Jam Gon Galloway Tenzing kyang pelwe kunzo dog porze. Chog sum kurwe leg mon tu drup. Pa dag sog dulje gondu jab ten shog. For Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. Vikeshi Sherab, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequaled guide. Please live a long and stable life. There we go. Gone like a dream. This week is almost over. I can't believe it. My life feels like it's disappearing before my very eyes. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Lots of love. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And do take care and sleep well. Thank you.